How's it going, fellow trade nerds? This is Adeptus Azul, and today I'm not bringing you anything, well, this is nerdy, but nerdy in a kind of more common way. Anyway, I was intending to go get some tutoring for my Algebra 2 class, or Intermediate Algebra, depending on what level you're taking, but the library closes at 4. So anyway, I wouldn't have had to be here today at all had I actually paid attention, because this is what happened to me. And it took me the longest time to figure out why I got D, I, J, and K wrong. And it turned out I wasn't paying attention to some basic things, like what's the smallest division on this ruler? And it turns out, which I'm not going to explain right now, but I'll explain at the end of the video, I just wasn't paying attention to a very basic thing. So, it helps to pay attention. But anyway, this is the quiz. And so this was just to make sure that we could read a ruler. Now, I can read a ruler, yeah, but I was basing off of a previous prejudice. So in school, you got a wooden ruler, right? Wooden rulers are great. Wooden rulers, though, don't look like this. I was having a difficult time and got those things wrong, which I know I said I'd do this in the end of the video, but keep in mind, this isn't scripted, this is just me making a video. Bam! Smallest divisor here, that's a 32nd. That's the big reason I got them wrong. So anyway, I'm going to just go over this really briefly here and talk about how to read a ruler and the fact that many people are bad with fractions. So it does help to be able to do simple division and being able to divide fractions. Because we had a guy in our class, older gentleman, he's been working on cars his whole life, but he had problems when the teacher called him up to the top of the class. He had problems telling where certain things were. And then when he got it right, he just got too stressed out and was writing it wrong. It was kind of brutal. And when you're not too confident in certain areas, or you're not sure about how other people are doing it, being put on the spot can make you feel very nervous and make you make mistakes. I think he could have figured it out. I think he just, a kind of older dude, he's black, he's, just kind of one of those, like, I've been working in the shade trees my whole life, and, I probably hadn't had a chance to really, go over things this thoroughly, you don't really need to know this stuff to really do stuff on your own. And to be fair, with that New York Times article that I kind of blabbed about in my last one, talking about how you need to train for on-the-job training, remedial education kind of does have to be built into a lot of trade programs, because high schools are failing people. And if you're Hispanic, you're black, and you come from a culture like me, that has essentially not really a love of intellectualism and being smart, it can be pretty bad. And if you're a nerd and you're a minority, it can be worse, I'm not saying it doesn't really matter your race. If you're a nerd, you're a nerd. You get beat up. Maybe you give up on trying to learn. But it was just an experience where I was up there and going, if this had been just a couple weeks ago, I would have been in that guy's same shoes. And, he's like in his 60s, and I'm probably the next oldest person. I'm in my mid-30s, early mid-30s, and everyone else in the class is like 18, 19. Some of them, they get this stuff, some of them don't. But overall, anyone who was here today wasn't getting it. So anyway, I'm just going to go over this real fast here. So basically, if you look at the smallest divider, that's 1 32nd, right? And then the next smallest is going to be 2 32nds. So if you take 2 divided by 2, that's going to be 1. Because, 2 divided by 2, 2 goes into 2 one time. Then if you look at the fact that it's 8, right? Because there's 8 of these, right? So there's 32nd of these lines total. So you go from line 1, line 2, that's 2 32nds, 3 32nds. Then when you finally get over here, this will be 31 32nds, and that'll be 32 32nds, right? So that's just if we're counting each and every tick, right? But then if you jump 2, right? 1, 2, that's going to be the next smallest. That's going to be 16ths, right? So if you take 2 16ths, and I don't know if I hope I didn't say eighths, but anyway, if you take 16 and you have 2 16ths, 2 32nds, you divide 2 by 2 by what? 2 by 2. You get essentially 1. And then 30 seconds, 32. What can 32 do divided by to get 16? Oh, by 2, yeah. So if you're dividing the top by 2, you divide the bottom by 2. And that leads you to 16, right? So then you can just make it to the smallest one. So you can't divide the top by anything, which is called a prime number. So you want to, yeah, anyway, that's advanced maths concept. That's not the point of this video. So then you have the next division right here, which is going to be an eighth, right? So there's 8 of these in the inch, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got 8 of those, right? Next one is quarters, because if you're cutting this in half, I took a scissor and cut this damn sheet in half, that's where that half would be. And then the quarters would be if I wanted to, you know, cut each piece up right in half, pop, then you'd have 4. And so these tall tick lines are going to be quarter lines. Quarter, 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 quarter. You have to be able to throw out the things that you don't need to look at immediately. So it's a matter of not getting confused by all the input that your eyes are seeing. You have to be able to say, oh, what's the information I don't need? Get rid of that, and then just look at what you need. Just look at what you need, right? Then you have the half, and then you have the whole. So when you, and I'm going to put this sheet up. I'm going to make a different version of this because this is my teacher's sheet, and I don't feel like copying him, you know, without doing some transformative work, you know, because you can use other people's stuff. You just have to change it around to make it your own. And so what I'm going to do is just make my own version of this, and I'm going to put it up on like Twitter and Gab and Minds.com and not Facebook. None of my friends really cares about any of this stuff. And Facebook I only use for like talking to my friends, stuff like that, so not a big deal. But anyway, yeah, that's essentially how you read a ruler. Like I said, I'm making this quick video just because I didn't really have a chance to go to my tutoring class, and that sucked, but hey, now I get to make a quick video on reading a ruler with you guys. Anyway, I got some more stuff coming up. I've been working on talking about one of my hobbies that I really enjoy, which is the Warhammer 40K universe. Now, I know I've made a lot of videos more related to trade recently, like 2. I haven't made a ton of videos, but this channel that I have, which I'm not going to say the name because I've done that in the past and I've changed the name like a million times, and I'm probably going to stick with what I have now. But anyway, point being is that I'm going to make a video which I talk a little bit about what the frack is Warhammer 40K. And the reason I'm choosing what the frack is, the reason I got back into gaming was there was a great YouTuber, Total Biscuit, John Bain, who recently passed away at my age of cancer. And it was absolutely tragic. The thing is that he had this W2F series where he really went thoroughly over things. And in his spirit and his name, I feel like I needed to do something that kind of surmised him. I want to call it Warhammer history, something like that. Anyway, it's going to be a what the frack. What the frack. So like Battlestar Galactica too. Anyway, you know I'm a nerd. Anyone of my friends who's following this channel, you know how much of a nerd I am. Anyone who's not, I'm a nerd. I love this stuff. And I'm going into trades because I want to work in an office. I still want to be a nerd. So henceforth, you get a wonderful video on the Warhammer 40K series. Being a mechanic, Warhammer, one of the big influences for me wanting to be a mechanic. So I'm going to give you guys some goodies. Anyway, that's all for now. You all have a wonderful day. Like, subscribe, share with your friends. And leave me a comment down below. Follow me on Minds.com if you want to have more of a conversation. I just got on Gab. Just started using Twitter, but Twitter, I don't know what the hell. Twitter is too much for me a lot of the time. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Have a wonderful day.